This is Lorenzo, and this is the Training Space Taxonomy video series, lesson number 3. It's on routine exercises. It's a framework that's going to help us think about or classify our exercise equipment based on exercise practice types. For example, we have 3 types of practices: mobility, stability, and power training. All exercises can be classified based on these 3 categories. We should also think about our exercise equipment in terms of how they serve our exercises and not the other way around. So let's take a look. Before we get started, it's important that we remember that our training equipment is part of our tactics. It's just the tools that we use to help us implement our strategy, not the other way around. We don't buy equipment and then design our programs around our equipment. Rather, we want to understand what exercises we need to do to achieve our objective and see how our equipment serves us. In other words, our training equipment provides our exercises with the support we need to implement our exercises with greater safety, efficiency, and efficacy. There's 4 kinds of support that our equipment can give us: cushion support, positional support, weighted support, and structural support. So let's take a look. So for our first routine exercise domain, we have gym equipment that can provide us with mobility support. For example, this is exercise equipment designed to provide cushioned, positional, or weighted support for our mobility training needs, as I just mentioned. So let's play a little game. I'm going to show you an image and you're going to tell me the kind of support that the equipment in question is giving us. You ready? So for our first one, what do we have here? Well, if you said, okay, the equipment here is the mat and it's giving us cushion support, you'd be correct. Next, what am I doing here? Okay, so this is known as the couch stretch. It's a hip flexor and quadricep stretch. So if you said it's providing me with cushion support, you'd be correct. But where else am I getting support? Look at my back foot, right? The stall bar is giving me positional support. This pad here is giving me cushion support. The blocks giving me positional support. Next, what am I doing in this image? Okay, you can see I'm doing a hamstring stretch. This is known as the supine lockout. What's involved here? You can see I've got a band, I've got a mat. So if you said the mat's giving me cushion support, you'd be correct. But could I do this without it? Sure, but it's less comfortable. What about the bands? It's giving me weighted support. It's providing me with some resistance. So we've got resistance and we have cushion support. Okay, so taking a look at our final exercise, we have the extension hang. This is a hamstring and shoulder extension stretch. Is it a cushion support? No. Positional support? Yes. The weight's actually putting me into position, but it's also weighted. So this is positional plus weighted support to help me improve my hamstring flexibility as well as my shoulder extension mobility. Can I do this stretch with other piece of equipment? Sure. So we shouldn't be attached to the piece of equipment. Rather, we need to understand how the equipment serves the exercise. Okay, so moving on to our second routine exercise domain, we have stability structures. Here we're asking the question, how does the exercise equipment that I have provide fixed or open structural support for my stability training? In other words, this is exercise equipment designed to provide fixed and open structural support for my stability training needs. All right, so our game continues. I'm going to show you an image and you tell me if the equipment in question is providing me either with fixed or open structural support for my stability training exercises. Taking a look at our first exercise, we have our side lever block press. What's the equipment in question? If you said stall bar, you'd be correct. And is it fixed or open? Well, we can see that it is fixed. Technically speaking, the upper body, this would be a closed chain exercise. For the lower body, it would be an open chain exercise. Next, we have our parallel bars or a back lever done on parallel bars. What type of support is this? If you said fixed parallel bar support, you would be correct. Is it open chain, closed chain? Well, the upper body, this would be closed chain, a fixed position, but the lower body is open and free to move. So this would be open chain. Next, for our third exercise, we have me attempting the V-sit with parallettes. So is this open chain, closed chain, fixed, open support? If you said the V-sit with parallettes is fixed parallette structural support, you would be correct. Also, if you said that the upper body is in a closed kinetic chain position, meaning the base of support is fixed, and the lower body is in an open chain position, meaning the lower body can move freely. And if you said that that's open chain, you would get bonus points. Moving on to our fourth exercise, What's this exercise called? If you said scap shrugs, you would be correct. Is this fixed or open chain? If you said fixed on the frame bar structural support, well done. And is this open chain, closed chain? Well, we can see the base of support, or my upper body, is in a closed kinetic chain, and lower body is technically in an open kinetic chain. Moving on to our fifth and final example. What exercise is this? If you said ring push-ups, you would be correct, but it can also be the chest hover, a static position that we can hold or attempt to hold for 60 seconds, as we saw in the training routines taxonomy video series. And if you said this is open ring structural support, you'd be correct. Moving on to our third and final routine exercise domain, we have power structures or strength training structures, which can be defined in the following way. Exercise equipment that's designed to provide weighted, fixed, and open structural support for our strength training needs. So for our first example, what exercise is this? If you said this is an assisted dip on the parallel bars, you'd be correct. What type of support is this? If you said it's weighted because of the bands, it's fixed because of the parallel bar, structural support, you would be correct. Moving on to our second example, what exercise is this? This is known as the reverse back extension hypers. What type of support am I using here? Are there weights involved? No. Is it fixed? Yes, the box is not moving. Is it closed chain, open chain? Upper body, closed chain, fixed base of support. Open chain for the lower body has freedom to move. And the support is structural in nature. So we have fixed box structural support. What about this one? What exercise is this? If you said this is a leg raise, well done, you'd be correct. What's the equipment involved? We've got the stall bar. Is it fixed? Is it open? If you said this is fixed, stall bar, structural support, you'd be correct. Is it open chain, closed chain? So for the lower body, this is an open chain movement. My body is free to move, but my upper body is in a closed chain, fixed supportive position. Moving on to our fourth and our final example, what exercise am I doing here? If you said pull-ups, you'd be correct. Where am I doing them? Rings. So I have open ring structural support for my pulling strength training needs. So in summary, we have three routine exercise domains. In other words, there are three ways in which we can classify our exercise equipment based on the exercises they serve, namely mobility, stability, and power. Our equipment gives us four kinds of support: cushioned, weighted, positional, as well as structural support. And finally, it's important to not forget that the operative word here is support, that our training equipment serves to support our exercises, not the other way around.